Binge the full week ad-free over at patreon.com/inspireddisorder.
What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
Rona Dayz, episode 55 of the show that will never go away until I am dead or just stop podcasting altogether, which, I've had thoughts of doing, but can't imagine what I would do with my life if I was to stop podcasting. But it is what it is. There's always a lot of thoughts going through my head as far as what I'm doing with my life, and have I made mistakes? What would my life be like if I had a brain that allowed me to work at a company that I hated? I'd probably have a nice fat 401k. I'd have a home. I'd be living a life that was I'd probably be dead through alcoholism or whatever, or I'd have gotten into pills or something to kind of numb the mental pain that would have been going into work at a place I hate for so many years. But I'm not. I am here. I am living my own true life, somehow surviving in this desert, which is starting to heat up. It's been 100 degrees a few days this week, which has really kind of messed with my energy level. I've been so tired and just so lazy this past week that I really didn't get a whole lot done that I wanted to do. I got little things done here and there, but it basically ended up pushing back. It's going to make next week even busier for me, let's just say. But it has been heating up. I spent a lot of this week binging Getting Doug with High, which is a Patreon-only podcast by Doug Benson, a stand-up comedian. He also hosts the Doug Loves Movies podcast, the Wide World of Doug's podcast. I think Dining with Doug and Karen is another one. I think he is doing a Bachelor podcast. But Getting Doug with High is a podcast that used to be on YouTube, where he would invite one of his comedian friends, one or two of his comedian or actor friends, to come on and smoke weed with him, as well as Taylor Rizzo and Alicia Glass, who are part of the show. Alicia tells the news. Rizzo is the dab king. He would give people dabs during the show. But since pandemic, before the pandemic, that show got canceled by the company that was producing it, and it was unclear of where it was going to go. Ended up being going just to Patreon, and I had not become a member for a long time. It's only $4.20 a month to become a member of Getting Doug with High, and I finally signed up. Shortly after I signed up for the /Filmcast one. Because I kind of missed it. It's just a fun general discussion. It's not as much about weed, although you do get the weed news, which is interesting. It's been such a long gap since I had watched the show before, where so many states are legalized in one way or another. I think New York just recently became recreationally legal. But yeah, it's nice to live in a time with all the other things going on that are completely insane. At least the idea of how we treat marijuana is changing. Understanding how completely harmless it is compared to a lot of other things that are legal. Like alcohol is pretty damaging in a lot of ways. Or even not substances. You have pharmaceutical drugs that get prescribed like candy. You have these tools that are used in combat, generally in warfare, that people are using. Somehow it's legal for any just normal citizens to go and acquire one of these tools of war in order to dispatch the life from innocent citizens. And it's happening a lot more as the pandemic eases up. We're getting a lot more of the mass shootings. But yeah, as far as things being legal that we should probably reconsider the safety of the fact that marijuana has never killed anybody in in human history. Should be a big sign that we should be okay with it. I mean, you could drink too much water and die from that. You can't. There's people have tried. Trust me, stoners have tried in every way to consume weed to an extent that could kill you, and it's never happened ever. Um, Yet, people die in large numbers due to guns, and I mean, even just bad food, bad diet is a big killer. But it is what it is, I guess. I've enjoyed watching the Getting Dug with High. Kind of going back in time. I've, re-listening and re-watching a lot of podcasts, actually. And it's always fun to kind of time travel to a time pre-COVID where, people were, um, didn't even, we had the ignorance, the bliss of ignorance before a pandemic hit of what life would change and how different it would be. So going back and binging old podcasts is a lot of fun. So I've enjoyed doing that with Getting Dug with High. It's been fun to just put on. I wish there were an easier way to watch it, because I have to watch it on my laptop or my phone. And then I could stream it over to my TV, but I wish there was just a Patreon app that I could put on my Apple TV and access the media that gets uploaded through that kind of way, just to make it easier to. I mean, just as somebody who creates content for Patreon myself, if you wanted to binge the full week of my show, you can sign up for Patreon. I think I only charge $3 to sign up. And you can watch the full week on Monday, watch the full week or listen to the full week in advance. But to do that, you have to go to the Patreon page on your phone or your computer and then stream it to your TV. There's no real easy way, as far as I know, to get it on your TV, which is a bummer. However, I still enjoy the show. And if you're a fan of Doug Benson or weed or comedy, I check it out. It's not as much as a comedy podcast. I mean, they do hang out and it is funny at times, but it's just a comforting hang because I've gotten so used to listening to these people, and it's been so long that it's kind of nice. I'm hanging out with old friends in some ways, and I'm smoking weed, right alongside them as they are all in their separate areas on Zoom. But yeah, binging Getting Dug with High has been great. Recently decided to purchase a bunch of vinyl. I have a small but growing vinyl collection that I started years ago, and it's hard to add to a collection when you don't have money. So now that I have a little bit of money, although that my unemployment, I believe, ended, I don't know, financially, I don't know what kind of income I'm going to be having. So kind of my last, special purchase for myself. We're getting some Me First and the Gimme Gimmes albums. I love Me First and the Gimme Gimmes. They're a cover band, a punk cover band. All the members of Me First and the Gimme Gimmes are different people from other punk bands like NoFX and blanking on all the other names from all the other people that are in it. But really fun. They do cover songs. So you're getting hear songs that you remember, but you're hearing it in a new way, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to those showing up. Your Mom's House Live 4 happened this past Friday, so almost a week ago as this show is coming out. Hilarious, as always. Christina Pazitsky showed up in her altered state. Tom has been kind of hinting at some changes he's wanted his wife to endure to make him happier, and she came in looking completely different, and it was hilarious. The skits were hilarious. The guest was hilarious. Chris DiStefano, such a fun comedian on podcasts in general. The heavy segment was heavy. I truly feel like I've blocked out parts of the heavy segment. All the reaction videos are hilarious as well. The musical segment was awesome. The band they got, offhand, I don't know the guy. I forget the guy's name. But just so much fun. I love these unfiltered, unedited, uncensored Your Mom's House podcasts. So much fun, and it streamed perfectly, which was good, and it was a lot of fun. So keep your eyes out. You can go rent all the previous ones if you want. I forget the website, but I'm sure if you search Your Mom's House Live, it might actually be the website, yourmomshouselive.com. But I'd highly recommend checking them out. Yeah, and then I watched a bunch of hidden camera prank films because I'll be doing my top 5 in that category on Saturday, and it's a very small group of films that are part of this category. But there's some interesting aspects, interesting films within it, and I'm looking forward to ranking those in a couple days. But overall, it's been nice. It's just the heat, adjusting to sweating a lot more and smelling a lot different because my showering process has really taken a hit. I shower very, very rarely, and because of that, all the smells that my body produces have really evolved and changed now that the temperature's gone up. And part of me likes it. Part of me likes my smells. I kind of enjoy them. And then part of me can feel how disgusting all the disgusting oils and dead skin that I'm covered in, how that feels. But it is what it is. It's going to be an interesting summer. It's going to be, hopefully I'll be able to start making some income here, because as far as getting a job during the summertime in the Valley, this is not the time to be looking for work. So as long as I can get through the summer, hopefully, maybe I just need to get a part-time gig or something like that. Or who knows, maybe the NFTs will start selling. I only have one NFT available, but I'll probably start posting some more of those. We'll see. But I hope everybody else is having a good week. Hopefully everybody's getting their vaccines, still wearing your masks, still being safe. This thing isn't over, and I'd hate for it to go another year. I would, especially if there's no unemployment, then it's really going to be tricky. But hopefully I'll be able to get that vaccine. So I don't know. A lot of things up in the air, but I hope everybody is taking care of yourself, taking care of your loved ones, and being safe. Get yourself 2 free audiobooks when you go sign up with Audible through my link, inspireddisorder.com/audible. You get an additional book every month you stay with the service, but 2 free books when you sign up. Use my link, inspireddisorder.com/audible. You also get Audible Originals, guided wellness programs, news, and so much more. But get yourself 2 free books on me because you listen or watch The Ray Taylor Show by going through my link, inspireddisorder.com/audible. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Binge the full week ad-free over at patreon.com/inspireddisorder. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com and follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!